I'm Spirit M Hawk, and we're diving into lunar cycles of life with our first full moon of the year. This moon happens at 5:09 p.m. Central Standard Time on January 6, 2023, and it peaks at 16 degrees Cancer. Let's dive into the details. So a full moon always represents release. Under the sign of Cancer, we're going to be talking about emotions and how we feel. What emotional release are we requiring to start this year off right? This is a big deal, guys. A full moon at the beginning of the year, and we also actually close out this year with a full moon in Cancer again. So this is a major theme, is the emotional release. Now let's dive into some details about this specific full moon in Cancer. So this one's kind of a doozy because the emotional baggage that we're going to be clearing out with this Cancer energy has to go way, way back into our psyche, all the way down to our childhood and everything. This is our upbringing. This is all the sludge that has been holding us back as an individual and hurting our soul. We're doing a lot of self-healing as Chiron moves through Aries. And this is not just this time period during this full moon. This is an ongoing process. So this full moon is really going to highlight all of the ideas and paradigms that came before you, that were ingrained into your psyche, that are actually harmful to your progress. And there's new ways of using the resources around you and thinking about what is an actual resource around you and thinking about what you want to focus on than what was before. So these new ideas and visions, there's a huge drive and a push for a change of ideas. There's new ideas, new innovations coming in. And this new structure is giving you more opportunity to follow real action to heal yourself in all the ways. So if you've been struggling, the world resources shift in how the economy is working even, and some of the powers that be aren't even able to adjust appropriately just yet. Like, we're still in this huge transitional period, especially as Uranus moves through Taurus, and then we have the North Node aligning with that right now. So there's everything that Uranus has been doing and shifting how we view our resources is now coming to this point where it has to change. In fact, it's hurting everybody as individuals that were not already starting to make these shifts in bigger ways. And because of that, it's sort of coming to a head. And there's so much of this hurt and suffering is from being stuck emotionally, being emotionally attached to previous ways of thinking. And so we have to start to clear out those feelings. So these types of feelings that I'm trying to discuss or trying to talk about are feelings of like guilt and shame around finances, around resources, around how you want to live your life versus how you've been told you're supposed to live your life. And so there's going to be real opportunity here if you clear these energies out, because they're coming from previous ways of thinking and previous ways of living that worked for that time. But we're moving into a new time. So if you're able to actually sit back and like assess with yourself through this full moon, like really take a look and say, okay, well, this isn't working for me. This is what I really want. Why do I feel like I'm wrong for actually doing it the way that I wish I could? And now we're moving into an era where that's going to be possible. There's going to be real actionable things that you can do to move into a way of living that feels better to you, that isn't attached to an old paradigm, because that's becoming obsolete. And it's becoming apparent that there needs to be a shift, and it's not going to work the way that it's been working. And so these real actions are going to be presented to you. Ideas are coming through groups outside of your normal circle. So like your personal circle isn't necessarily going to be bringing this idea and innovation. You're going to be reassessing how you think about the world based on what other groups are doing and what they're talking about. So pay attention to the different ways that people and other groups are making this shift work for them, and take that as a clue. But the biggest thing, because this is specifically a full moon in Cancer, and this is about, you know, full moons are the growth, coming to a peaking point, a peak. The full moon is about the growth coming to a full point, a fullness, where it's time to be released, give birth, let go, and shed. And then it moves into the waning cycle, where it's actually like getting smaller into the new moon. So when we hit that full moon, we really have a time to assess what needs to go, what needs to shed. And because it's in Cancer, like I said, it rules our emotions. The Cancer moon falls in the 12th house, and that has to do with our childhood and our subconscious and the deeper psyche things. And now, especially it being 12th house, and we're in such a strong Pisces point where Neptune is moving through Pisces, there is a spiritual collective push. What I'm saying is, this isn't just about you. This is a big collective energy that's shifting. We're in unprecedented times, and this entire year, as I go through these full and new moons in these videos, you're gonna see it. So take this time, assess with yourself, what are you clinging to from past paradigms emotionally, and realize and recognize that it's only emotionally that you're holding yourself back. It's not even mentally. Like you're actually like more stuck in this guilt and shame of being told your whole life that you have to do it one way, and now you're coming to a point where you are so done with that one way, but you feel guilty for even thinking or wanting to believe that there could be any other alternatives. So take this time and assess with yourself what those feelings specifically are for you and where they're coming from, so you can release them through this full moon. All right, everybody, good luck. I'll see you next time.